Do you intend to come and study in Italy for the 2026-2027 intake? I got you. In this video, I'm going to show you the A to Z of coming to study in Italy. Let's get through today's video. Hi everyone. Hello. Officially welcome to the 2026-2027 intake in Italy. So if you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Anne and I'm a content creator based in Italy. In today's video, I'll be talking to you about all that you need to know about this new intake in Italy, the 2026-2027 intake. Some of the universities that do open early include that of the Polytechnic University of Milan. But then let me take you through that of the A to Z of coming to study in Italy. So the first thing you have to do is to go on to University Italy. The moment you decide that you want to come and study in Italy, the first place you have to go to is you have to go to University Italy to do that of a university search. Okay, so you have a program in mind, you have to search for the universities that are offering those programs or related programs. Okay, so you go onto the University Italy and then you go search for the university. One myth I want to debunk at this part of the video is it is not true that if you don't understand Italian, you cannot study in Italy. I've heard that a lot. I've come across students who are like, but how can I study in Italy if I don't understand Italian? Okay, so that's not true. There's so many programs offered in English across various universities in Italy, and then continually they are increasing their English top programs. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to learn Italian necessarily to be able to study in Italy. So yes, so as I was saying, you go on to University Italy, you do your university search, and then from there, put a list, okay, list the universities that you found that offer your program of interest, and then you're going to go onto the university website to find out the requirements and everything, okay, before you apply. So this is actually the first step. I have a video I'm going to link here or there on how to do your search on University Italy. So I'm going to put filters across that on, filters on you want the program to be taught in English, either a master's, a bachelor's, and you filter all of that so that it will give you the results that you require. Once you're done with that of the university search, I mentioned you go to the university website and do your own investigation, find out the requirements and everything. Then the next step is you're going to go on and apply. But in application stage, you obviously have to check when the particular intake opens at the university of your interest, because generally the intake has started, but then at the University of Milan, the University of Bologna, they will have different periods that they are going to open their intake. So you have to check that as well at the university of interest. At the application stage, some documents that you need to have at hand include that of your certificate, the transcript, your CV. Most universities do prefer that of the Europass format, okay? So I'm going to link a video here or here on how to create a Europass CV, okay? So yes, you follow that format. Then aside from your CV, you need to have that of your motivation letter. It's very, very important. One other thing that you need to have is that of your course syllabus or course description. This is very, very important because aside from your transcripts, the universities want to get a breakdown of the courses that you studied. So across various universities, usually when you're entering into university, they do give that, but then you can also request from your department that of your course syllabus or that of your course description. Take note, it's different from that of your transcript. Yes, some universities do require that as well. Actually, yeah, a number of universities do require that. And aside from that, I will highly advise this intake, though majority of universities do not require the internationally recognized certificate. I will highly advise that you do take that. If you have the funds, please do take the test. It's very, very, very important. Most universities, a number of universities do require that so that you have that at hand and then you don't have to struggle here and there it increases your chances of being able to apply to a number of universities actually. So these are the documents that you need to have at hand during the application period. After you're done, like after the application period, one other thing that you need to start working on, like as of now, you need to start working on has to do with that of the DOV or that of the senior statement. I'm going to explain this further, okay? But then I'm putting it out here that you need to start working on them early and so that it doesn't delay your process. Especially this year, we saw a number of students coming from Nigeria having this particular step delay their process of coming to it into Italy because you need that before you can request for the visa. Okay. So after the application, then that of the scholarship period starts. Take note, in some universities during the application period, they do have that of their university scholarships. So you apply for it automatically. In some other universities, it is after the application period that they open their scholarships and then you apply for scholarships. But then let me briefly explain how the scholarship system works in Italy. So there are various levels of scholarship in Italy. We have the university scholarship, we have that of the governmental scholarship, and then we have that of the regional scholarships. Okay, so obviously a university scholarship is offered by the university, but most of the time this form of scholarships are not fully funded. Okay, then the second level of scholarship has to do with the governmental scholarships, and we have that of the MAICI, which is given by the Italian government. It's really famous. But then we also have Invest Your Talent in Italy, which is given by the companies in Italy to students coming, basically international students. Okay. Then after that, this we do have that of the regional scholarships, which are given by the various regions. This form of scholarship are usually fully funded. The governmental scholarship are also usually fully funded. But then the difference between the governmental scholarship and that of the regional scholarship is the fact that with the government one, they're going to give you the funds. Okay, so you are going to look for your accommodation and everything. But then with the regional scholarship, that one you're going to cover that of accommodation. It's also going to cover that of your feeding, stipends, and your fees as well. So this is one difference that you need to take note. The other differences as well for the government ones, it's the scholarship application is based on your merit, but then for the regional ones, it's based on both economic and that of merit. Okay, so this is another difference between the governmental scholarship and that of the regional scholarships in Italy. So I hope you've taken note of that. One thing you need to know is the period of application for the scholarship varies. So just like I mentioned, the university is either during the application stage or after the application stage when they do open that of the scholarships. For that of the governmental one, IYT opens early, somewhere in January, and that of MAICI opens somewhere in June. And then this year they did open in May, so we don't know whether they're going to follow the last intake. Actually, they did open in May, so we don't know whether they're going to follow the May pattern or they are going to go back to their June pattern. But then that's one thing that you need to take note of. Okay, so universities open, then that of IYT opens, it closes, then that of the MAICI follows. After MAICI closes, the MAICI scholarship closes, then that of the regional scholarships open from June. Okay, so that is the time frame that you need to have in mind. The next stage has to do with that of after you've gotten admissions from the university and everything, what you're supposed to do is to start working on a document called Declaration of Value, popularly known as DOV, or senior statement. So these are alternatives. Is either you're going for DOV or you're going for the senior statement. A number of universities are, preferring going for senior statements. But then, yeah, generally these are the two documents that you can go for. You can either go for this or that. So someone's going to ask, why do I need another DOV? So after you've gotten admission, the university wants to confirm whether they've admitted you on the right merit. So they'll need a document attesting to that. Okay, they'll need a document explaining that of the educational system that you studied in, the credits that you had, and then they need a parity between your foreign qualifications with that of the Italian one. So these documents can come from either that of the Italian embassy in your home country, which is where you'll be getting the DOV, or that of an authority here in Italy called Senior or Chinia, where they are going to go to your home country to verify your documents. So if you're going for the documents from your, your embassy, then the document is going to be that of the DOV. The one issued by the Italian embassy is the DOV. The one issued by Senior is called Senior Statement of Comparability and Verification. So those are the two documents. The verification attests that of the authenticity of your document, and then the comparability compares that of your foreign qualification to the Italian system. So it's going to tell the university that, oh yes, that of your degree in maybe from Ghana or Nigeria, from Cameroon, it's equivalent to that of the Italian laurea and everything. Yes. So basically that's what these documents are needed for. And they're not only needed to be shown to the university, but then they're also needed to help you in requesting for your visa. Yes, so that is one thing that you need to take note of. So you're done with this stage does come after admission, but then it could come before you applying for scholarships or after. Basically, it depends on the particular kind of scholarship you're applying for and everything. So I want to put it out there for this particular, step, which is DOV or senior statement. It can come right after admission, even if you've not yet applied for scholarship. So take note of that. Then after this period is that of the visa application. So what I want to put out there in this intake is, even with what we've seen this year, even if you intend to apply for scholarships in Italy, please work on your proof of funds. It is not only important to have money in your account, they need to see that the source of funds is something reliable. And then take note, in Italy, only your parents or a legal guardian can sponsor you. So your brother, mother, your brother, sister, cousin, boyfriend, and all of that. Those people cannot sponsor you because they are not seen by law as reliable. Tomorrow they can decide to change their mind. They don't have the responsibility to sponsor your education. And then your mom, your dad, a legal guardian do have the responsibility by law to, sponsor your education. So that is what you need to take note of. One other thing I want to put out there is it's very, very important for you to start working on that of your proof of funds from now that the intake is, just opening. Start working on the proof of funds so that you will have a solid proof to show during the visa application. Some will be like, yeah, I'll be coming for scholarship. Why do I need to still work on your proof of funds? Because getting a scholarship is not guaranteed for anyone. And even when you do get a scholarship, it depends on the kind of scholarship that you get. Because that of the regional scholarship, you cannot use it as proof of funds for your visa application. And then even by the time you'll be applying for visa, the results for the regional scholarship might not necessarily be out. So yes, work on a proof of funds, gather everything together. Once you have that sorted, it will even help you to apply for the visa early and then get into the country very early. Okay, so yes, these are basically the processes that you need to go through in coming to study in Italy, the A to Z of coming to study in Italy. So you search on University Italy, you look at the requirements on the university website, you apply, then you start working on your DOV, then you apply for scholarships, and then you prepare for that of your visa. Once your visa gets granted, then you fly to Italy basically to study. So I hope you found this process valuable. For each and every process or step that I've indicated, I have videos on them to explain it further. Okay, so I'm going to link the videos in the video description, and then basically I'm also going to start up a playlist on this new intake so that you have guidance on what you need to work on, which university opens and everything. But then just like I mentioned, that of the Polytechnic University of Milan is open. Okay, so you can go onto the university to check the requirements and everything. I'll obviously be making a video on how to apply and everything and to guide you through this year's intake. So That is it for this video. If you found value in it, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.